Loneliness can be a source of both power, but at the same time can be a source of fear, depending on what kind of people you take into account. See, when it comes to people who are obsessed with an ego, who are obsessed with, let's say, a personality, a mask which they have to put on their faces so that they keep to a certain level of comfort. See, people who are obsessed with meaning, especially, to them, loneliness is always gonna be awe striking. It will always induce fear. Because when you are alone, right, when you are no longer surrounded by any other human, suddenly you feel dehumanized. Why so? Because you can only be beautiful if someone else is uglier. You can only be a certain way, right? You can only be skillful. You can only be in any possible way of comparison, only if there is at least someone else that you can compare yourself with. Comparison is good as an anchor in reality, but at the same time should not be used stupidly, because you don't have to compare yourself against others, especially if their skill is much better than you, because the results will only be disappointing. Comparison can remind you of anchoring yourself in reality, because if you look left and right, you can see clearly how other people are, and you can establish a certain sense of reality, a certain sense of direction, a certain sense of what you have become, socially speaking, compared to other people. When it comes to loneliness, see, only a few people can comprehend the element of chaos. Because in loneliness, see, when you are alone, it's just you and the universe, it's just you and nature, you and the inside of you, that which is beyond the mind, beyond the intellect. Now, suddenly, everything within you seems meaningless because there is no meaning in there. Meaning is only outside. Because, well, we human beings are social beings and we need meaning in order to communicate. Whatever way you put it, meaning is important to communicate and to have yourself understood. But inside of you, you simply feel dehumanized. That is why narcissists and a lot of people hate being alone, because when you're alone, there's no one else to take attention from. There's no one who can give you attention anymore. And suddenly you feel worthless because you cannot relate your accomplishments to anything or anyone else. You cannot compare yourself how other people, you know, get their satisfaction from being superior to others. You can no longer rule others because some people have a passion to be over others. And well, there's no one else to piss off. There's, anything simply vanishes. All the possibilities apparently vanish when you are alone. And at the same time, you feel dehumanized because no adjective, no comparison can be given to you because there's no one else that you can compare yourself with. At the same time, it can be a source of power because beyond all this, right, within you, right, beyond all externality, when you go inside, right, when you look inside, better said, there is no meaning in there. Even if there were meaning, well, it's only you, nature, the universe, God, whatever you want to think that there is beyond you physically, beyond you as an entity, right? There is definitely the process of creation. The process of creation simply can't care about your meaning. That's why it is simply relevant. When people simply embrace loneliness, they simply move away from meaning and a lot of the things, a lot of the traumas of life, a lot of the attachments of life. When you take a step back and you look at things, they're no longer that important. It's like being trapped in a traffic jam and then you get home, you live somewhere in a tall building and you look at the city. Now you suddenly see the traffic jam, but you're no longer feeling trapped. You're no longer feeling bad because you're no longer in it. Similarly, a lot of people are simply jammed in their life because of a lot of shame, guilt, a lot of bad feelings about whatever they did, because this is how you rule people through bad feelings about themselves. You make them fracture themselves, rebel against themselves, so that you make their lives miserable, so that they live unconsciously and rule them through, problem, reaction, solution. So loneliness is a power if one knows how to understand chaos. You don't understand chaos ever You simply have to flow through it. This being said, hopefully this video helped some people or would help some people raise their awareness. Take care, enjoy life. Verenjan Board signing out.